Christmas! So this candle, which was all about waiting, is finished. There's nothing to wait for anymore. It's Christmas. Jesus has been born. So I'm going to take the light from this candle and light each of the candles. So we've got hope, preparation, joy, and love, which brings us to Christmas. And this candle is finished. So we've actually got quite a bit of Bible to read today. So we're going to start with Luke, with Mary and Joseph, who have arrived in Bethlehem. So that's where they were when the time came for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him up and put him to rest in a feeding trough, because there was no room for them in the normal living quarters. Then we're going to jump to the shepherds. The angels have just gone away. So when the angels had gone away again, into heaven, the shepherds said to each other, "Well then, let's go to Bethlehem and see what it's all about, all this that the Lord has told us." So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the child lying in the feeding trough. When they saw it, they told them about what had been told to them about this child. And all the people who heard it were amazed at the things the shepherds said to them. But Mary treasured all these things and mused over them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen, as it had been told to them. And then to Matthew, to see the kings. They went into the house and saw the child with Mary his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. They opened their treasure chests and gave him presents: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They were warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, so they returned to their own country by a different route. And we're going to finish by looking back to the first reading that we had. It was from John's Gospel, and it's quite complicated. It's a poem. The first reading that we had was, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was close beside God, and the Word was God. In the beginning, he was close beside God. All things came into existence through him. Not one thing that exists came into existence without him. Life was in him, and the life was the light of the human race. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it." And then we're going to move on to a little bit further down, where it says, "And the Word became flesh and lived among us. We gazed upon his glory, glory like that of the Father's only Son, full of grace and truth." Because that bit explains that the Word is another word that John's using for Jesus. So, who's the character that's missing from our story? Who are we going to draw today? Well, it's Jesus. And there's also a manger that you can make as well to put Jesus in. Or you can get out your other nativity Jesuses. So here's my Playmobil Jesus, my window decoration Jesus, and my knitted baby Jesus. Today's the big day, but it's going to be Christmas for the next 12 days, so you can keep your nativities out. It isn't just today. The other great thing about Christmas lasting for 12 days is that if you haven't finished putting all the decorations up on the Christmas trees, they're going to stay out for the whole of Christmas, so you can keep adding to them if you get some spare time. So I'm going to show you the nativities that I've set up.
In the bleak midwinter, frost and wind made moan. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a The Lord God Almighty, Jesus.